My parents split up initially when I was about 7 or 8, and then eventually they reconciled for a bit, but divorced when I was in my just in my early teens. By about the age of 14, 15, I was not going to school, just hanging about with local kids at local bus stop. We'd be drinking, smoking marijuana, and just getting up to trouble. So eventually that progressed through using amphetamines. I started using heroin at about the age of 18, 19. From there was a lot of crime, dishonesty offences, mostly thefts to support that. During that stage I met my wife now. Just before we got married, I had to go to court again, and I got sentenced to imprisonment. I lodged an appeal, we got married, and then subsequently spent a month in prison. You'd think that maybe that'd teach me my lesson then, but it didn't. I still continued to use drugs after I came out. Ultimately though, in the first year, my wife left and went to stay back with her mum and with the two of my children who were born at that stage. I don't know, I never really had much aim or much hope. Each day just became pretty much the same. There was nothing to look forward to. It was just getting by in the broken state I was. Deep down and in hindsight, I always knew there was something wrong, particularly since I'd been brought up as a Christian younger. But there's probably a bit of self-deception along the way and trying to pretend that that's just the way life was and that I'd be able to fix it myself. There's the drugs and alcohol, because that was my way of dealing with it. I didn't realise that there was something broken or missing that needed Christ to fix it. One night, independent of each other, we were just watching a movie. It wasn't a Christian movie, it was just a Hollywood type movie, but it had a sort of redemptive story in it, or a new start story. Again, not with Christ in the forefront, but strangely enough, it was in the background of a few shots towards the end of the movie. There was a bus that had Jesus Saves in it. It was an old burnt-out bus. And then there's another shot of a cross shortly after. And my wife and I just looked at each other, and it was unspoken for a start, but we just knew when we looked at each other what the other person was thinking, and we were both thinking the same thing, and that was that we needed to give our lives back to Christ. When my wife and I made the decision to go back to Jesus, at least we had not only that saving grace, but something to look forward to, both not just in the hereafter, so to speak, but here and now. He's a friend, but a friend who can be part of my life, who can be with me each day. Really don't have anything to fear about in life because of that strength that he gives me. He wanted to save us in that brokenness, that we didn't have to get fixed before we could go to him. So while I'm open about it, it's not boasting for boast's sake. It's because I'm hopeful that in that openness it may help other people. That's what he came to do, was save people in their brokenness. You can be vulnerable and can be hurt, but that's part of following Jesus.